I do need to type something in chat real fast. Hi, Ozzy. I'm good. Okay, so I have been very, very nervous to do this live or video or whatever. I have been wanting to do this since probably about the beginning of this year, but I have yet to because, well, one, I cannot just stick to actually filming at least 3 to 4 videos, 3 to 4 parts of that a day, and two, Ray's attention span is the same as a goldfish's. Anywho, I have been very, very, very nervous to do this because a lot of my characters tend to have very in-depth backstories and a lot of different crap about them. So, I've been very nervous to talk about my characters. And, yeah. Anyways, onto the actual character part. And yes, I do have a list in front of me because I can't remember all of my characters, okay? They are in no specific order. The only order they are in is the chaos of the order they're in. Yep. Hold up, wait, give me a minute. Hold up. Okay, there we go. So anywho, on to the yapping aspect. Vix. First up is Vix. Holy moly. So that's quite a few things to say about Vix. But for starters, I did get the idea for Vix's character from Kay. Hence why she has a similar design to Vivalda. I have always been very open about getting a character idea from Kay. I have always been very, very open about it. Very few characters that I have created have been inspired off of Kay's characters. Of course, Vix's story I started developing a little after I created Vix. And like way before Golden Legacy ever released. So, wow. English is hard. English is not Englishing. Anyways, Vix is very strong and very determined and sassy when she wants to be. She has always loved hanging out outside of her castle walls, going down to check on her village, and helping and assisting the castle guards and castle herbalists, Fern, and everyone else. So, of course, Vix is, like, usually very, very kind, unless it comes to her father, which we all know that part of the story and as to why she hates her father. And also as to why she offed him. So, yeah, that's Vix. Yeah. Alright, Audrey, that's fine. Onto Zakara, Vix's mother, and also the one that Vix's father, aka Carly, offed. So Zakara is complicated. As we all know, she passed away when Vix was 12 due to Vix's father grabbing a sword and in her stomach. Zakara was about Zakara was in her 30s when she passed. And we all might think that would be the end of Zakara's story. It's not. Yes, Meg, it is gonna be a very long life. Very, very long life. Anyways, Zakara, when she passes away, that is not the end of her story. That is not the end of Zakara's story. Because basically how, like, death works in Magia / anywhere else in my universes is in my head. Basically, when you pass away, you see Lilith, my Reaper character, and Lilith guides you over and Lilith guides you over to the Nerida, which is my world of lightness and darkness. She guides you over to, if you're a good soul or like a light soul, you would be guided over to Spirina. The Nerida has a lot more of the evil or dark or bad souls in it. Anywho, besides the point, as we can all assume, Zakara was led to Spirina. Holy crap, this is a lot of talking. Okay, there we go. Zakara is pretty similar to Vix, being that she's Vix's mother. When Zakara was alive, before everything went down, she would usually wear the kingdom colors, which, are black, white, gray, and red, because she's the queen, so, you know, of course, she's gonna wear the kingdom's colors. Anyways, yeah, that's Sakara. She's very similar to Vix. She has always loved helping Fern tend to the garden with all the herbs and everything. She has always loved both of her girls very, very much, both Vix and Zaracarissa. Zakara is a very, very, very motherly figure. She treated and still treats like everyone in the village like they are her children because she is the queen and, you know, all that fun crap. Anywho, on to my love of Sanella, the sun goddess. There's a lot to say about Sanella. Sanella, she was the first ever character I created in my head. Before I ever, exactly watched K or anything. I was 7 when I created Sanella. In my head, in my 7-year-old brain, I created this really cool sun goddess, and her name was Alexa. But, you know, I already have a first mate pirate captain daughter person thing named Alexa, so anywho, I changed her name. Anyways, and she had white and yellow eyeshadow with white stained lips, white hair, and a white dress that was kind of like lined with gold, like a gold trim, kind of. Whoa. English? Anyways, Sanella was a character that I created about probably like, and probably around, like, I probably created her when I was in like 1st grade. Yeah, I was like 7. And I was just walking to the bathroom when I created her, and I was doing this thing that I would do. I was telling myself just random stories I made up in my head. And basically Sanella had these powers that were that she could like basically make the sun brighter or set and rise the sun, bring it closer to Earth / magia, whatever you want to call it. And she had like golden powers, and her eyes were white, instead of the icy blue that they are now. Anyways, Sanella was a very, very simple character when I first came up with her concept in my head. She was very, 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 very simple. She was never supposed to have yellow skin. But, I changed my mind with that because I thought that the different skin color was much more like goddessy and ethereal-ish, I guess, kind of. I don't freaking know. And of course, I had never exactly, whoa, wait, pause. Of course, I was a very imaginative 7-year-old. Whoa. So when I created Sonella, I envisioned her very, very simple, even though I was very imaginative. I created Sonella very, very, very simple. And her story was very wholesome and still is pretty decently wholesome. I've changed some aspects of it, like how she was created / burned, where she lives, and all of that fun stuff. Raizella, the moon goddess, she was never supposed to be a thing, but I decided, hey, this isn't gonna exactly make sense without a moon goddess character, so I created a moon goddess character. Yeah. Anywho, Sonella definitely holds a very special place in my heart, mainly because she was one of the first characters I ever created. Yeah. Onto Lilith the Reaper. Lilith is very powerful. She is what you see once you pass away in Magia. Oh. Alright, bye Lexi. Have a good time zone. Hi Carmen. So sorry, my phone's chat was not moving, so I wasn't responding because it wasn't moving, not because I was ignoring y'all. My chat does not like to move sometimes. Anywho. Lilith is what you see once you pass away in Magia. Lilith is, an older character of mine, but, she is Nyxara's daughter. Well, in a way, she's Nyxara's daughter. Nyxara created Lilith with magic, because she was getting tired of having to go back and forth and being summoned after someone passed so many times. So she created her daughter Lilith in order for Lilith to help guide the souls that passed away to the afterlife. Hi Cade. And by guide the souls to the afterlife, I mean guide either the bad souls or the good souls to either Spirina or the Nyarda. Which we will probably most likely get into talking about the difference between my worlds after I'm done yapping about all of my characters. So, yeah. Anywho, Lilith has always been very cold, but when it comes to guiding souls to the afterlife, she is very, very gentle, especially if it is like a younger kid that she's guiding over into the afterlife. Lilith is a very, very gentle person. She acts very cold and like distant, but in reality she is a very gentle person. She absolutely loves humans. She acts very distant, but in reality she really isn't. She's very, very sweet. Yeah. On to Nyxara, the goddess of life and death. Okay, so Nyxara is very, very powerful. being as that she can literally create life. Nyxara kind of blends in with the creator that y'all have heard and seen in some of Elenara's videos. Nyxara slightly ties in with the creator in a way, but y'all have to wait to find out how until I actually bring the creator to life. So anyways, Nyxara is very strong. I came up with her. Actually, I don't even know when I came up with her. Anyways, Nyxara is very strong. She has always been very kind-hearted and light-hearted. She never really agreed with the creators' rules that one being couldn't date another being because of the differences. So Nyxara was kind of rebelled against the creator's system, which also made the creator, like Elenara, kick out Nyxara from Celestia simply because Nyxara did not agree with her rules. So Nyxara then went on to create this whole entire world called Nirda and Spirina. These two worlds called Nirda and Spirina. And as she was creating these worlds, she realized, hey, I'm still technically a goddess. I'm just a fallen goddess. Like Elenara. Because Elenara was kicked out before her and the creator had completely announced it to everyone. Anywho, Nyxara has always been very, very kind, but also very loud when she wants to be. Yeah, that is all for Nyxara. 5 down, 51 more to go. Holy crap. Oh, is that 51? Wait. 52 more to go. Ray knows math, definitely. Anywho, on to Xena, the Dark Enchantress. Again, I have always been very open about my characters being inspired off of Kay. Xena is inspired off of Zyla. From Kay. Xena is not a super big fan of interaction with any people or any other beings. Xena just lives in this little hut in the woods of Anya. My world for all of my mystic animals and crap. Xena has this like little black and purple cabin in Anya that she lives in, and she can usually sense when someone enters or leaves the forest. She can't sense who, but she can sense if they are human or if they are a magical being, or if they are even hunters. Which is how she knew that Mothine entered the forest in the little short story thingamajig that I did previously, like a year ago now. I need to redo that. I need to redo that terribly. Except I'm gonna need to change Xena to accuracy. Anywho, besides the point, Xena has always been very powerful. Her parents, unfortunately, were oft in a war against magic and humans, which is why Xena has hated humans and also any other magical beings, because she just does not like social interaction whatsoever. Anywho, she has always been very open and serious about not liking interaction with other people, or rather human or fae. She has always been very, very open about that and very serious about that. She hardly ever talks about her past due to fear of seeming weak or pathetic. But she does have a soft spot for babies, fae-wise, magic-wise. She does have a huge soft spot for the smaller children and beings, besides humans, because Xena does not like humans. She will never like humans. Yeah. Anywho, on to Nuala the Light Dragon. I brought her to life December of last year, actually. I should have posted a birthday video for her. Dang it, missed opportunity. Anywho, Nuala is very strong. She tends to help protect Flamina from any darkness or danger that may oppose to Flamina or anyone else. On her whole entire freaking story thing. And Nuala has always been very big on helping humans and everything else. I should have put these in categories. Anywho, Nuala has always been very, very passive. But she has also always been very protective of Dragina, and Flamina. Because Flamina and Nuala were basically raised together, because of certain reasons that, I am not gonna reveal yet. So, yeah. Anyways, Athene is my dragon protectress, but she's also a dragon, a literal dragon. She's like a dragon warrior type thing. She has the title of Dragon Warrior and also Dragon Protectress, but that's whatever. She used to be human, but then she became, she thought she was human. But then one day when she got really, 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 really angry, she transformed into this like humanoid dragony-ish form, leading Athene to confusion and be like, oh, whoa, what the heck is happening? Why do I have wings and horns? Because, she's not gonna know this stuff. She didn't actually even know magic existed. But she was highly confused, and she knew that no one would probably accept her, considering a lot of people had saw her change. So she ran off in hopes to find somewhere else to stay and live. And that's when she ran so far that she bumped into a fiery beast, and this beast being Flamina, my fire dragon. Whoa. Flamina and Athene's relationship has always been slightly complicated, but Athene has always been guarding Dragina and making sure no one passes without Flamina and her checking them first. Yeah. On to Zeraphinicia, the Blood Acrophetia. That's a lot to say about her. I may hop off and finish talking about these characters later, cause yeah. Yeah, I will probably be back on later talking more about these characters. I love you all so much and have an excellent time zone.